Good morning. Happy Monday to you. Good morning. Good morning. I see some new faces in here. Hi, Sharice. Good morning. Good morning. And if some of you catch Rise and Shine later on, but I don't just get to see you live, I appreciate you catching it whenever you do. So good morning and welcome to you. Good morning, everybody. Hey, TJ. Hi, Nona. Good morning. Good morning, Carl. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hi, Paul. Good morning, everybody. Hey, Sydney. Good morning. Okay, so, hey, Shirley. What part of the world might you be in? I don't care. I'm just glad you're here with me. Hey, we got some really important people to take this call, y'all, because you never know who need a little encouragement in the morning. And if you smart, no matter where you are in the spectrum of business, success, and life, you tune in to something or someone who can feed into your soul, someone who can help you put your day on track, someone who can speak to you when you are in a low place, and somebody that you can relate to, right? And so hopefully that's why you're here, because I do all those things for you. Good morning. Hey, DJ. I know you killed it this weekend because you're awesome. Good morning, everybody. So today I want to talk to you about the past, the future, and how we're doing too much of those things. We're doing too much past. We're doing too much future. And we are somehow missing the moment that we are in right now. Sometimes the things that you want can be so close that you miss them. Good morning. Sometimes the things that you want are so close that you miss them because you are tuned into the wrong channel. Now, I know you've heard me say this 1,000 times. But what's important is that we understand where this negativity ends up, or what we have to do to it to get it to the other side to become positivity. Okay. Now, all of this, the reason that repetition is important, and the reason that even when you hear this lesson remixed 1,000 different times, 1,000 different ways, the reason that it is so important to take in every single time is because you're always somewhere new. You're different than you were yesterday. You're different than you were last month. You're different than you were 3 months ago. And Lord knows you are different than you were 3 years ago. But here's what I want you to know. You're going to be different 3 hours from now. You're going to be different 3 weeks from now. You're going to continue to evolve and be a better version of yourself if you work at that. But if you do nothing and stay exactly where you are, you're going to miss the fact, you ready? That you're already where you want to be. You are already where you want to be. You just can't see it because you've got so much past and so much future going on. So I'm going to share this lesson with you today from Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now. And this is just a half a page of information. But when we are not present to right here, right, it's 7:20 a.m. Central Standard Time. This moment is all that there is. 7:15 has passed. 7:30 is not here yet. Where we are, it is 7:20. We must stay very present at all times to not get ourselves too far over here or be caught up too far back there. Because then we miss this breath that I'm taking in right now and exhaling. It doesn't happen now or later. I can't postpone it, put it off. When you are breathing is where you are living. And if you cannot be in the moment where you are breathing, you are missing where you are living. Because if you are breathing in this moment, but thinking about or regretting about the past, or you are agonizing over the future, you're not breathing in the moment that you're in. The past is past. The future ain't here yet. Here is where we are. Okay? So here's what Eckhart Tolle says about all negativity is caused by an accumulation of psychological time and denial of the present. Psychological time is this thing that we do to ourselves because we've got this calendar and we've got this clock. And this clock and this calendar, whoo, they be taking us out because we have these expectations that roll into this clock and this calendar, and they have really nothing to do with feeding our soul. Unease, okay? So who am I talking to? Which side are you on? Unease, anxiety, tension, stress, worry. all forms of fear are caused by too much future and not enough presence. Guilt, regret, resentment, grievances, sadness, bitterness, and all forms of negativity are caused by too much past and not enough presence. Most people find it difficult to believe that a state of consciousness totally free of all negativity is possible. Do you think that? Are you one of those people that thinks that you can't get to enough of this presence, that all your problems could disappear? And yet, this is the liberated state to which all spiritual teachings point. It is the promise of salvation, not an illusory future, but right here and right now. You may find it hard to recognize that time is the cause of your suffering or your problems. You believe that they are caused by specific life situations in your life, and seen from a different conventional viewpoint, this is true. But until you have dealt with the basic problem making the dysfunction in your mind, its attachment to past and future, and denial of the now, the problems are actually interchangeable. If all of your problems or perceived causes of suffering or unhappiness were miraculously removed from you today, but you had not become more present, more conscious, you would soon find yourself with a similar sort of problems caused by the same suffering, like a shadow that follows you everywhere you go. Ultimately, there is only one problem: time bound by mind in itself. And so the truth is that we live these moments and we don't want to be here now where we are. We want to remember things how they were in the past. We want to skate forward toward the future. But the only way that we can change any of the result that we're having right now is to change it right now. Is to recognize where we are in the space that we're in. And so if what you are wanting it to be an old way, you are wanting it to be a new way, I need you to believe that you need it to be a now way. What is the way to best get to where you want to go? You're already there. You're already there. And I can prove it because you're here right now. And in this moment, anything that we do can change the future outcome. It can never change the past, though. And so no matter how good it was, or no matter what it used to be, or no matter what the situation or circumstances has presented itself in the past, that's where it is. But if you leave your fear and negativity, doubt and concern in the past, then it can stay there. And you can live in this moment and transmute it to a future space where things are better, where things are how you believe them to be, how you see them to be. But if you cannot understand that this now moment is all that there is, and you keep focused on the past and you keep focused on the future, you're going to keep missing it, okay? And so this book is written in question and answer form. And so here's the question that many of you might be asking. I cannot believe that I could ever reach a point where I'm completely free of my problems. And he says, you are right now. You can never reach that point because you are at that point right now. There is no salvation in time. You cannot be free in the future. Presence is the key to freedom. You can only be free now. And so when we get to this future, this place we want to be, where these things unfold and they look like we want them to, it'll be now then. That won't be the future. That will be right now. And we'll be saying, I'm having it, I'm touching it, I'm feeling it, I'm holding it. This feels great. And you can't hold on to that forever. You've got to create some more of that in every moment that you're in. You've got to recognize that this moment is affecting the future. This moment is because of your past. This moment is exactly what it is because of everything that you've been through, everything that you've learned, and every place that you're going. But we can't be mad about what we've been through. We have to celebrate it, collect the data of the moment, and then move forward. And in that moving forward, we're able to then affect the place that we want to be, which is where? Right here and right now. Thank you, God, for this moment. Thank you, universe. Thank you for this moment in this space and time, because I could never duplicate this and I could never get this back. I spent a few hours in a meeting over the weekend, a little different than the kind of meetings that I normally have. And normally when I go to session, I go to meet someone in their mindset where they are ready to change, transition, and move forward. And I spent 3 hours in this meeting talking about why things can't be like they were before. And I can't recall a time that I spent such anxiety in my own space of trying to explain why we can't be in the past, because we're not. I can't explain why things can't be why they were before. These are things that have no explanation. The only thing I can guarantee you is that we're not there. But in order to get anywhere, we have to be here now and do things the way that they do now. However that is, whatever that is. And if you're not open to that, then you can't change your future. You can't be stuck anywhere. You can't be stuck in the past. You can't be stuck in the future. The only thing you can do every single day is be present right now. And not present to your limitations, not present to the things that you're afraid of, not present to worry, not present to doubt, but present to truth. And the truth is, everything is fine. The truth is that we have everything that we need. The truth is that this moment right here can deliver us wherever it is that we're trying to go if we recognize it in this moment. You're going to hear lots of lessons that I learned from yoga, lots of lessons that I learned from swimming. You'll hear these lessons because all of these things require one thing of me, and that is to be present. And so I work and practice my presence all the time anyway. But now I add these activities to my world that when it's not my private and personal time, but it's my personal growth, that I have to be present in those moments in order to grow, to get better. I can't be in yoga trying to do this yoga move today, thinking about how I did it last week. I guarantee that won't work, and it won't make me any better, because every time I go to that mat is my time to be there right then. I can't be in yoga saying, oh my God, I'm going to be so great at this in 3 months. And I may be, but in 3 months when I'm there, it will be that moment that I recognize that I am better. I can't be there in August today. I can't. It's impossible. And you can't be in your future today if you're not in your today. Well, today. There's no way around this. There's no way to choose the past without living in the present moment that you're in. But I want to tell you one last thing before we go. So this question, I don't see how I can be free now. As it happens, maybe this is you. I'm extremely unhappy with my life at this moment. This is a fact. And I would be deluding myself if I tried to convince myself that all is well when it definitely isn't. And maybe this is where you are and you're like, Coach Mo, all that fluffy stuff sounds good. To me, the present moment is very unhappy. It is not liberating at all. If this is your truth, I'm glad you're here today. What keeps me going is the hope of possibility of some improvement in the future. And so if you feel like I just stole all your hope and possibility because you were banking on the future because you weren't happy right now, let me really help you. This is the answer. You think that your attention is in the present moment when it's actually taken up by time. You cannot be both happy and fully present in the now. What you refer to as your life should more accurately be called your life situation. It is psychological time, past and future. Certain things in the past didn't go the way you wanted them to go. You are still resisting what happened in the past, and now you are resisting what is. Hope is what keeps you going, but hope keeps you focused on the future. And this continued focus perpetuates your denial of the now and therefore adds to your unhappiness. All that is, y'all, is what is right now. We have loved some people. We have lost some people. We have had some things. We have lost some things. All of that, if it had in it, it is in the past. We are going to gain some things. We're going to get some things. We're going to experience some things. We're going to have some things. That is absolutely 1000% true. If it has have in it, going to have in it, it is in the future. Here today is. This is what is. If you could surrender to being okay, not content, not complacent, but being okay, neutral with what is your life right now, you can change it. You can enhance it. You can increase it. You can make it better. But you can never do that from a state of regret of the past or hope and anticipation of the future. You have to be present to the moment that you are living in. I would love to tell you that there's some way around this, but there is no way around living in the moment that you're breathing in. There's no way around being where your feet are. Because if you are not living where your feet are and in the place where your breath is taken, you are wasting time. You are wasting time by not using time for what it is truly for, to disappear. Time, this clock time, this calendar time, we've become so psychologically bound by it. We've become so, well, but this is what it used to look like. I've got to make it look like this again. What about if we make it look better? What if we take what we learned, box that up and say, okay, well, this is some data I've collected. This is what I like. This is what I don't like. How can I take this and make something new out of this moment? Well, now, every cake that you've ever baked, every lesson that you've ever learned while baking this cake now becomes a present lesson when you are baking a new cake, right? And you may learn something today that makes the cake that you make in the future even better. But you can't never bake this cake any other time than when? Right now. There's proof that this is true. The proof is all around us because we can't repeat and we cannot fast forward. And so the play button is pushed on your life. You have two choices. Live in the play. Play wherever the play takes you. Or you can pause and leave yourself stuck somewhere. Stuck in the past. Stuck in yesterday. Stuck. Stuck will never allow you to move. Stuck will never produce the results that you desire. If any part of you is stuck, all of you may be not getting what it is that you desire. And so if you think that, I'm looking for a new job, but you think your personal life doesn't have anything to do with that, then you are mistaken. If you're looking for a new mate, but you think that where you're stuck in your personal life and why you still mad at your mama and your daddy and your sister and your brother from whenever and your ex-boyfriend or your ex-girlfriend, why you still mad at them, that ain't got nothing to do with this new house you want or this new, that ain't got, oh yes it does. Oh yes it does. And anywhere that you might be caught up from the past is going to play a role in your world. When? Now, because you're stuck there and it can only affect you now. And so how can you shift, change, move yourself? Just move. Play button means in motion. Play button means action. Play button means perpetual motion, continued movement. And so it's a new week. It's the middle of June. The sun ain't out yet, but that's all right. It's the middle of June. Where are we going? Where can you get to if you live right here? And then let this moment unfold time after time, again and again and again and again and again and again. When? Today, though. Don't worry about tomorrow and don't fool with yesterday. The rain is already dried up, and whatever is here to show you tomorrow will greet you tomorrow. Have a wonderful start to your week, everybody. I did 7 yoga classes in 5 days last week. I am committed to my challenge. What are you committed to? Just get up, get out, do it, take action, move forward. What are you waiting on? Live, breathe, be where your feet are. Have a great and wonderful day. I love you all. Mwah!